Hey, this is Danny from Scare Talk. Before we get into all the horror greatness, I gotta let you know about Anchor. Anchor is the host site that we use to record our podcast. Anchor will upload your podcast to Apple and Spotify and many other listening platforms. Anchor is completely free, and you can download the app or go to the website, anchor.fm, and you can record straight on there. There's also some cool editing tools that you can use. Did I mention that it's free? Yeah, so if you want to make a podcast, Anchor is the way to go. Go check it out. Now, for the spooky stuff.
Welcome to Scare Talk, a horror movie podcast for horror fans. This podcast will cover horror movie reviews, ratings, and rankings. Now for your hosts, Danny and Joel.
All right, this is Scare Talk. I'm Danny, and I'm here with Kentucky Katrina and Jekyll and Hyde Joel.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hello.
Oh man, Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see what we're gonna get today.
All right, so today we are talking about the final film in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, and it is the A Nightmare on Elm Street remake from 2010. Joel, who do we have?
All right, so we got Jackie Earle Haley. He was in The Bad News Bears, the original, Watchmen, and Shutter Island. Got Rooney Mara. She's the new Nancy. She was in The Social Network, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and A Ghost Story, which I heard was pretty good. It came out like a couple years ago. And then Kyle Gallner, he's Quentin. He was in Haunting in Connecticut, Jennifer's Body, Red State, and he's going to be in the new Scream movie as well. So, yeah.
I could see him in the Scream movie.
Yeah. This was written by Wesley Strick. He did the story and the screenplay. He wrote Arachnophobia, Cape Fear, Wolf, and The Saint. Eric Heiserer, he did the screenplay for this. And he wrote Final Destination 5, The Thing, the 2011 one, Lights Out, Arrival, and Bird Box. And this was directed by Samuel Baer. This this was literally the only movie he's ever directed. He's a music video director.
Oh.
So he directed the music video for Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Oh. Tesla,
What You Give.
Nice.
The Cranberries, Zombie. My Chemical Romance, Welcome to the Black Parade. There was quite a few on there that he did. So yeah, there's just a couple of them here.
That's cool.
Before and after this movie, so he still hasn't like directed an actual movie after this. So
okay. All right. Well, this one is about the specter of a disfigured man haunts the children of the parents who murdered him, stalking and killing them in their dreams. So
nightmares.
Sounds like a Nightmare on Elm Street film.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times today.
So this is, new cast, new Freddy, new everything.
Yeah.
Just lower quality. So, positives, Katrina. What do you have?
I've been trying to stretch and figure out what my positives would be. I think if any positive, just for the sake of giving a positive, I'll say that I think there's benefit in giving a backstory to this evil character.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely more of a fleshed out backstory with Freddy in this one.
Yeah.
So, okay. Which is a negative for me. Okay, go ahead.
Negative for you?
I just said there was benefit in it.
Oh, okay.
And that's it?
That's it.
All?
That's
okay.
it. That's all.
All right. All right. So, I I actually like this movie.
All right.
I know that's not a very popular opinion amongst a lot of people, and I've heard a lot of people's complaints about it, and the one that really like irritates me the most is that people will just say that it's not Robert Englund.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the one that just like irritates me the most. It's like it has nothing to do with the movie itself. It's just the fact that he's not playing him in this movie. Yeah, it's like okay, you need to get on with your life and realize that people do get older.
Yeah.
So I do. So they did give Freddy a background in the originals too. This one doesn't get as crazy as that. I do like that for at least part of the movie, you're not sure. If this is the first Nightmare movie you've seen, you're like, there's a slight possibility that he could be innocent.
Yeah.
I do like that. You know he's not going to be.
Yeah.
But the fact that it can put that even ounce of doubt in your mind that he could be an innocent person in all this, I do like that fact. They never did anything like that in the original movies.
No.
He's always been just a killer. And the acting was pretty good as far as the movies as a whole goes. This one had some of the better acting in it.
Yeah.
I would say. And I mean it's a remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. So it is slightly lower quality, but it's still the same story for the most part.
Yeah.
There's a couple like there's one pretty big difference between this one and that one, but I'll get into that in the negatives, I guess. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoy it more than a lot of people do, and I do understand why some people don't like this movie. There are a few reasons that take away a little bit from me too, but overall, like I think he did a good job as Freddy. As good. I mean, you're following the only other person that's ever played this character before in 10 movies. Like,
yeah,
you do, what you can with the character and everything. And he still has a couple of pretty funny remarks in this one too.
Yeah.
And that was another like negative I heard people say about it. Is he's not as funny as the old Freddy. And it's like, well, in the original Nightmare, he wasn't funny at all. He was a serious character. Yeah. So that's what they're going for here.
Yeah.
After a while, if they continued on with this, then maybe he'd be a little bit more silly. But right now, they're going with the horror route.
Yeah.
Which is what they did in the first one. So yeah, I liked some of the kill scenes in this. It's the first time that they have had it make it look like one of the characters was killing themselves, like in that first scene.
Yeah.
They never did that before in the other ones, and it's different.
Yeah.
To have it seem like
that was pretty gruesome.
That was it was intense. Yeah. For sure. So yeah, I enjoyed it. So
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I like that opening scene.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was good. I do like his laugh.
Yeah.
Freddy's laugh.
Yeah, he does have a good laugh.
It's pretty good. I like his voice. I think they kind of overdid it a little bit at times, but I do think he has a good like Freddy voice.
Mm-hmm.
The acting was some of the best
out
of all the Freddy movies. I like the line after she finds her dog is dead that he says,
trying to pet it.
Yeah. I was just petting him.
Yeah. Yeah.
With his claws.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, they did Tina's death again. She has a different name in this.
Mm-hmm.
With, climbing
flying
on the
around
walls and stuff. Which, it's still cool. It's not as good, but it's still cool.
Yeah.
I agree with you with the characters kind of feeling like maybe their parents were not justified for killing this man.
Yeah.
And now they're facing the consequences and they want to learn more about him to try to, figure this out, and so they do think maybe he was innocent.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a good little twist. Because I remember when I saw it in theaters, I hadn't seen most of the other Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and I remember watching it and thinking, "Oh, is there a story like that I didn't know? You know, is he innocent? I didn't know that was part of the story."
It sprinkles a little bit of doubt in your mind. You're not like, even if you are familiar with the story, it could go a different way.
Yeah, they could change it.
They could have done it differently.
Because they definitely did some different stuff in this. You know,
Yeah.
It wasn't like scene for scene.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so those are my positives.
Okay.
Let's talk about some negatives.
Okay. After hearing your guys' positives, I think that you have good justification. But I will go into Freddy.
Okay.
With my negatives. I don't have any attachment to Robert Englund. I don't care about Freddy per se.
Yeah.
But the Freddy in this movie looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like he was not
like it's the CGI face. They easily could have done practical effects with him.
Yeah.
And it would have made it better.
And it totally took away from the fear factor of Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
The voice, I did not like his voice. It is too deep and like trying way too hard.
It just that part was another negative for me too, because it sounded like the microphone was like on his face.
Yeah.
Like his booming voice, which was cool in theaters.
Yeah.
Like seeing it in theaters, that was pretty cool to hear this booming voice like that. But when you take yourself out of the theater experience and like watch it on a regular sized TV, it is weird.
Yeah, yeah, and
a little off putting. But
and then it takes away from those scenes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm not scared anymore. I'm just annoyed, and then I'm annoyed by your look and so. Anyway,
judgmental.
That's a huge, that's a huge negative for me. And I think that's what made me not be able to see these positives. I don't like that you can completely tell when they're in a dream versus when they're in real life.
Yeah. Like
you can see it coming. You can tell like little things change. And it's like they wanted that to happen. Like they wanted you to know that they were in a dream. But I think that's what makes Freddy so scary, is that it's sometimes hard to tell if they're dreaming at this point. Are we in a dream, or is this real? Like what's happening, you know? And so it took that fear factor away from Freddy. It's like, okay, here we go. Buckle up, you know, like here comes a dream. So I don't know. It just took the scary away. I'm happy to not be scared of Freddy, but for the movie aspect of it, it wasn't as fun. Yeah. So those are my highest negatives. I'll leave it at that.
All right.
Okay. Well, two of yours were mine. The voice, like I was saying, it was cool in the theater experience, but it did sound like the microphone was at his face. Yeah. The entire movie. Yeah. And
it had like an echo.
Yeah, and it was like it was an echo as well. As well as the CGI face. I do have a problem with that. That does it does ruin it a little bit for me, for sure. Because I mean, they were able to do all the other movies with practical effects with no problem.
Yeah, and 7 years prior, Freddy versus Jason. They look good.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, come on, guys, just put a little bit more effort into your Freddy Krueger. Yeah. Just a little bit. Also, to me the biggest difference, and I was trying to see with the other movies if I was just missing something with those, but the biggest difference between this and the original, and also the entire rest of the series, is that Freddy isn't just a child killer. Yeah. He's also a pedophile. Yeah. As well. Which, I mean, he still kills these kids, but it adds a definite layer of creepiness when he's talking to like Nancy. Yeah. and like the other, and he's not. He's supposed to be creepy. But it's just
it makes it less fun.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it like dirty, and it takes the fun out of the story.
Yeah,
it makes it like, oh, okay, I kind of like Freddy. He's kind of fun.
Yeah,
and now you don't want to like.
I like him. I like him killing children, just not.
Not
Come on.
Yeah,
that's too much.
But I was looking for anything in the other movies to see if there was maybe some subtlety as to if he actually did do this in the originals. There was a little subtlety, I think, in Freddy vs. Jason, but there wasn't anything in the other 6 movies before that.
Yeah.
And it was 7 movies before that. And that's a little like off-putting as well for this. Honestly, those are like my biggest negatives. It's just, I mean, the voice, the look, and the child molestation aspect of it.
Yeah.
But otherwise I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Movie.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. Everything that you guys said. Pretty much what I wrote down. I do like his voice though, just not how they amplified it so much.
Yeah.
I do think he has a cool voice.
Yeah, I like
And his little laugh I thought was pretty good. It's sinister. It's like it's kind of scary.
Yeah. It was the booming.
Yeah.
His booming voice was what I didn't like about it. The voice itself is good. His laugh is good. It's just lower the microphone a little bit.
Yeah.
And you'd be fine.
Because, I mean, it's fine if he has this creepy voice.
Yeah.
This, like, I don't know. But, like...
Say that again?
But, it was just overdone.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And then his face. I didn't like... Nobody likes what he looks like.
Yeah, no.
Nobody who's seen this movie that I know likes his face.
I feel like of all the effects, that's the easiest thing to get right.
Yeah. And that's like so
and the
signature.
Most important.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I don't know what they were thinking with that. Maybe trying to save some time, but
save some time and probably money.
Yeah.
But
I
spend
think
just a little bit of both,
money.
and people still probably wouldn't have liked it for whatever reasons, but that would have been one thing that they wouldn't be able to talk about.
Yeah,
is the face, and that is, with a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, that is a pretty important part.
Yeah,
Freddy Krueger is a pretty important figure in these movies. And you got the voice and the face wrong.
Yeah.
The voice they got right, but it was just, the microphone issue.
Yeah.
And then, the face, they definitely got wrong.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think it was fine. Nothing crazy special. I mean, we've seen it all before.
Yeah.
Didn't really add anything to the story or,
They tried to.
Yeah, they did. They failed.
The factor.
They failed. But, yeah, do you think they were going into this thinking they were going to reboot the franchise and try to move into sequels, or?
I don't know. Well, if it had done well, probably they would have done something like that. Because this is definitely a remake. The only reboot would be the molestation part, like as far as what you're changing in your story.
Yeah,
but I do hope that they make more of these, but they get them right this time around. I keep hearing it's a rumor, but they could be getting like Kevin Bacon as Freddy.
Be perfect.
Yeah, I think he'd do a good job as Freddy.
He looks like him already. Like his face is getting there. I think he would be perfect. He's like kind of tall and lanky. Mm-hmm. He's older.
Yeah.
I think he could do a great job.
Yeah.
So hopefully that actually happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's grade it.
All right.
I'm gonna give this one 56.
Wow.
56.
You really didn't like this movie.
No, it creeps me out. It's ugh.
Well, it's a horror movie. It's supposed to creep you out.
Yeah, I couldn't handle it.
All right. I'm gonna give this one because I do like this movie. An 83.
Okay. I'm going 76.
Wow.
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's okay.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I will watch
Yes.
this one more than others in the series.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before others. So.
Yeah. Before a couple of others
Mm-hmm.
for me. But
yeah.
Not most of them. I'd say it's in the bottom half of my ranking. So we're going to get there. That'll be our next episode. We will be posting our ranking. So you want to catch up on all of these. This is number 9
series.
This is the 9th movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to listen to this and all of the other 8, and then come back and check out our next one for the ranking. Okay, this has been Scare Talk.
Sleep tight.
Don't let stupid-faced Freddy out.